it's natural to feel a little overwhelmed when you're taking care of an intended parent's growing baby, as well as yourself and your family. Our guess is that the overwhelming feeling can increase exponentially during the holiday seasons. Although you may have a dream match with your intended parents and not have any added stress during the holiday season, our guests today are former gestational surrogates, and they will offer their thoughts on handling surrogacy during the holidays for the surrogate and everyone involved, as well as the various support options available with Family Source Consultants. Our first guest is Denise Connor, our surrogacy support manager here at Family Source Consultants and the admin for our private Facebook support group for our surrogates. Denise is intimately familiar with the surrogacy process, stresses, and emotions as a former gestational surrogate herself who is carrying a beautiful girl for intended parents over the holidays in 2012. Our next guest is Stacie Poole, one of our surrogate admissions coordinators here at Family Source Consultants. Stacie is grateful to have the opportunity to assist new surrogates through journeys of their own, as she is a former 2-time gestational surrogate herself. She also carried her surrogacy babies over holiday seasons 2020 and 2021. Welcome, Denise.
Hi, Cara. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for joining us. Welcome, Stacie.
Hello. Thank you for having me as well.
I'm very excited about this. I've heard many say that the surrogacy journey is a beautiful one, filled with every emotion you can imagine. While it is a blessing to give the gift of parenthood to those who wouldn't otherwise be able to be parents, I'm guessing it comes with overwhelming moments at any point, but during the holidays, I'd imagine it's even more amplified. So Stacie, was it overwhelming to navigate the surrogacy journey with your family, the intended parents, and the season itself during your surrogacy journeys?
So for me personally, I didn't really have any differences, with the holidays compared to regular. It was a joyous season regardless whether I was carrying or not. Maybe the most difficult thing I might have had would be during my first journey. I was, just a couple of months away from giving birth during the holiday season. So, and on top of that, it was during COVID. So we really kept our traveling to a minimum at that time. So we didn't travel back home to see our family. So it was really, really important, to have a good supportive family at that time so that I didn't feel the pressure, to make a trip and to be able to make plans to celebrate later on. But pregnancy during the holidays is, it's wonderful. There's no judgment. Eat all you want. Maybe you'll have some IPs that want to surprise you with goodies because they're super excited about that bundle of joy that you're holding on to for them.
Okay, so Denise, I know I didn't prep you this question, but were you pregnant with your surrogacy journey during the holidays? And if so, how did that affect you in any way?
I was very early pregnant. So, I wasn't showing. It literally, I had just transferred. And so I was early pregnant. I would say it didn't really affect me at all. My girls were young at the time. They were 3. So, I'm a mom, so I do all the stuff I normally do, whether I'm pregnant with a surrogate baby or not. So I play Santa and I make the cookies and, I do all the stuff. So it wasn't any different. My intended parents and I, from the very beginning of our journey, had this incredible mutual trust and respect of each other. And she wanted me to have a great holiday, with my family, and wouldn't have expected me to, give anything up just because I was, newly pregnant. So yeah, it really didn't affect me much at all, to be honest with you, except I, maybe didn't feel like eating as much as I would have liked, but that's about it.
I love that. And, having not one had children or 2 been a surrogate, I can only imagine the extra stress, but I have 2 of you here who didn't have that, but I'm sure some of our viewers will. So that's kind of where we're at today. And pregnancy is physically, mentally, and emotionally challenging already. Surrogacy adds other challenges to what you're experiencing, and combined with the holidays, even more pressures or challenges can be added. Denise, can you share with us some things surrogates can do to take care of themselves this holiday season?
Well, I think besides just the normal, trying to get the rest, which is, hard when you're a mom in the beginning anyway. trying to get that rest. You're exhausted when you're just pregnant. And, trying to stay hydrated. There's a lot of running around. You're busy doing things. You're trying to eat as well as you can. And just trying really, I think, to focus on the fact that, it's so easy to get caught up in doing everything for everybody else all the time. But you are growing a human being, and that takes a lot for your body to do. It's a lot of energy. It needs a lot of energy. It needs a lot of rest, and you can't give to everybody else if your cup is empty. So you got to fill that cup before you can take care of everybody else.
I love that. So it's basically take care of you because you and the baby are number one.
Yeah.
And once you guys are taken care of, then you can take care of family and holiday matters. So
Absolutely.
just remember, growing a human is no easy feat.
It is not.
So
a lot of behind the scenes work with that one.
So all the planning, shopping, traveling, and expectations of the holiday season can be fun, but it can also be very stressful, just in general, not even being pregnant. And then growing someone else's child for you, the stress can affect both the surrogate and the baby. So staying relaxed is healthier and better, but can, I assume, be trickier as a mom during the holidays. So Stacie, how can a surrogate navigate the expectations during this holiday season in a safe and healthy way for both her and the baby she's growing?
Yeah. So kind of piggybacking off of Denise there, self-care is number one, especially during pregnancy. So make sure that you take time to relax whenever possible, enjoy each and every moment. Absolutely ask for help anywhere that you can, because who doesn't love helping out a pregnant lady? Take full advantage of that. And if you can, avoid stressful situations, like a crowded store or parties if you're not up to going, because you finally have a good excuse. You can always blame it on the baby. Just take time to enjoy the day and not get too caught up, basically.
Don't overdo your schedule, basically. So that's good. Surrogates are doing an amazing thing for someone else's family by growing a child for them. How incredible of a gift is that? And I'm sure it can be easy to get caught up in the intended parent's feelings during the journey. So, Denise, how important is it for a surrogate to focus on their family without guilt over the holidays and, maybe communicating a little less with the intended parents? How can we coach our surrogates during this time?
Well, I would tell them, you can only do so much. And this is the perfect time of year really to just kind of sit back and breathe a little bit and take in the whole journey itself and kind of reflect on how you got to where you are and all of the steps that it took to get to where you are. And, really look forward to what the new year is going to bring. It's going to be so amazing and fantastic for you and for them. It's kind of it's a great time of year to look forward to that and kind of put that into perspective. I think intended parents really understand that we are first and foremost mothers and we have families. And they want what we have, and they want us to take care of what we have. And they know that we're doing our best to take care of their baby and still fulfill our commitments. And I don't think there's any unusual expectations for them to have the same amount of communication, except maybe they're going to wish you a little extra Merry Christmas and how excited we are for the new year. So I think most IPs are really, really understanding of that.
That's great. And would you attribute that to kind of our matching process, making sure that both the surrogate and the intended parents have similar communication needs up front? You want to talk a little bit, I know we're not prepped for this, but we're going to throw it out there. Can you talk a little bit about how that matching process works for communication?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, communication and what you desire and what your intended parents desire through your journey makes a big difference. You certainly wouldn't want to be matched with intended parents that don't want to have a lot of communication if you're a super social, warm and fuzzy person. So, being matched with the right couple or single parent is super important part of the process. And I think Family Source really tries to narrow down the needs and wants of the surrogates and our intended parents and make sure that we're, a good fit with each other. My match was perfect. I couldn't have imagined a better match if I tried, quite honestly. So I see a lot of people that are the same way. They are just, in love with their intended parents. So that's really what you want ultimately.
So, Stacie, Denise brings up some great points about communication, and it got me thinking, is there anything that you'd like to say to our surrogates about navigating the holiday season that maybe hasn't been mentioned already?
Absolutely, yeah. So like Denise discussed, the expectations are hopefully laid out ahead of time, during the match process. So you already pretty much know what to expect, but obviously the holidays can bring on a different kind of schedule than you're used to. So maybe if you've got a really busy schedule coming up, just be super upfront and open, just speaking with them, letting them know that maybe you're not going to be as available, just to, not have any unnecessary stress or confusion between you. And then, of course, understand that maybe they're going to have a busy schedule as well. So don't ever feel neglected or that, that they've forgotten about you if you don't hear from them, during the holidays, because you and that baby are absolutely on their mind all the time.
I love that. That is a great point to make. And Denise, I'd like to come back to our surrogates in general that we have. I know that you are the support group manager, and that is in Facebook. So can you tell us about what that is and kind of what it does for our surrogates that maybe, really helps the process become unique and special with us?
Absolutely. I'd love to. We offer several different forms of a support group. Actually, I'll start with our Facebook group.
Okay.
Our Facebook group is a completely private Family Source surrogate only group. You cannot be in the group unless you are working in our program. We are a drama-free zone. We want honesty, but we also want positivity. We want support. That's what we're all there for. We want our ladies to throw questions out there when they have a concern. Pouring of people that start commenting and giving their opinion and their experience. It's so heartwarming because that everybody's that's participating in the group really wants to offer advice and comfort other surrogates if they're going through something tough, or lift them up and go, oh my God, that's great that you had such a great beta number, and oh, don't worry about a twin pregnant, and it's just, they all just jump in, and it just fills my soul. It's like, it's so beautiful to see them even after they've delivered come back and want to be a part of it. One thing that we started, so besides that, we do shout outs for birthdays and transfers and medical screenings. We do a fun every Wednesday. We do a bump day instead of hump day, and we try to get everybody to take a bump picture for us. We try to do things that keep it going. Sometimes we have some lulls here and there, but people get busy. But all in all, people really like to be a part of it. One other thing that we started with COVID, actually, and I kind of wish we would have done it before. So if there's anything positive that came out of COVID, let's call it our support Zoom, because our support Zoom allows the ladies from all over the country that are in our program to connect with each other. And they actually become, friends cross country. They message each other. And so that's really extra special, I think, that they know each other, even though they might never meet in person. They still feel like they know each other. We also do in-person groups. We took a little step back with COVID, obviously, but we try to meet once a month. Sometimes it doesn't always happen. Not everybody can make it, but it's open to anybody working in our program or within 3 months postpartum. And we try to keep it fun, keep it exciting. Next Wednesday is our Christmas party, and it's my favorite meeting of the year. I can't wait. It's so fun. We do a cookie exchange, we do a secret Santa, we're having a nice dinner brought in, we're going to play some games. And it's so fun. But we also obviously we are a support group, so we provide as much support as we can. The girls that come form a bond with each other. A lot of us, have become friends. I would say a lot of my friends are, I'll tell my husband, no, that's one of my surrogate friends. He's like, there's an awful lot of those surrogate friends. Like, well, we share
People wanting to give the gift of parenthood.
Absolutely. It's very unique. So we also put together transfer groups every month. And so those girls connect with each other and in their own, group text or messenger or however they want to connect. So we just try to do different things to really bring them together so that they feel like they're part of our Family Source family and that they feel like they're not alone. That's the biggest thing, is that we just want them to know that there's a whole group of surrogate sisters behind them. Whether they've already delivered or they're in the same boat or they're up and coming, there's a lot of people cheering you on and want to see you succeed. And, it's really great. It's really a great thing to be a part of. Very happy that we started it and very happy that it's so successful.
I'd imagine that is an essential part of wanting to be a surrogate, is the bond, right? You're giving the gift of parenthood, but you're also wanting to see other people want to do what you're doing. And I like that through every phase of the journey, you have a different or options for support, which is wonderful. So maybe somebody's just transferring and they're stressed out about the transfer over the holiday. They've got a group for that. Maybe they're carrying full, closer to full term. They've got a group for that. So in addition to these wonderful tips that you ladies have already shared, the fact that they have active support, not just during the holidays, year round, but they know they can jump in at any time, to me is just amazing. And I think it's a blessing on top of what you guys are already doing. So Stacie, did you actively use any of those groups while you were carrying one or both of your surrogate babies?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've been a member of the group since 2020, I believe, off and on with my 2 surrogacies. And I'm still in there. I'm still in there rooting them on and loving those bump pics and answering any questions that I can.
I absolutely love that. So what if somebody's having, in the moment, an extra stressful time during the holiday, Denise? Can they pop into Facebook and say, I need help right now? How do you handle that when someone's in that moment, super overwhelmed and, just need to talk immediately, but maybe not everybody in the group has time for that? What do you guys do for those surrogates?
Well, it's really kind of cool because this just actually happened last week.
Great.
Somebody posted in our group and they were like, I just need to talk to somebody, like I need to bounce something off of another surrogate. And so many people, God, within 30 minutes, we're like, here, private message me, call me. I'm happy to talk to you, and it was so nice. So many people just jumped in and were like, just call me, and of course, I reach out as well. I try to keep in contact with all of our surrogates that want that support. It's also important to mention that not all the surrogates want that type of support.
Yeah.
A lot of surrogates come into our program and they don't desire that. They're not on social media. They don't need you to send them an email every couple months. They're good. They got it. They don't want it. And that's fine too. Everybody has their own level of what they would like and desire. So we don't try to push anything on anyone.
Love that.
The point is that we just let you know, this is here for you. It's here for you. It's open for you. We're here for you if you need us. If you don't need us, that's perfectly fine too. We're still cheering you on.
That's so great. And I love that you had a recent example because a lot of Facebook groups maybe are a dead group. They don't have a lot of action, a lot of activity. So my thought when I asked the question was, what if somebody needs someone right now and your members aren't super active, but it sounds like they have alerts and they are ready to jump at a moment's notice for the surrogate sisters. So that is a beautiful thing, and I think that really sets us apart from others. So we're kind of coming to a close here. Denise, I know I've asked you a lot of questions today, but I'd like to know, is there anything else you'd like to share about your surrogacy journey during the holidays for those out there wondering what it's like?
Well, I would just say kind of like what I mentioned before is I love this time of year just to reflect, not just on your surrogate journey, but what the whole year has brought to all of us or maybe taken from us. And just look forward to the new year. And if this is their first time surrogate journey, they're about to enter into the most amazing thing ever besides having your own children. And I know Stacie will agree with me on that. And it's such an exciting time because you can't really explain to them how fabulous it's going to be until they go through it. Nobody's ever disappointed though. Nobody ever says, I wish I didn't do this. So it's really kind of exciting, to see, I always say new year, fresh start, new memories. It's just a good time to reflect.
That's wonderful. And Stacie, coming back to you, is there anything else you'd like to share with our surrogates or the viewers in general about, the greatness that is surrogacy and why you chose it or anything at all?
Yeah, I always joke that it's addictive. It is truly addictive. Once you've done it once, you're like counting the days and the months. You're like, how soon can I do this again? And I'm a prime example because I jumped right back in and I'm already looking at the calendar, wondering if I can do another one maybe the next few months myself.
That's wonderful.
Wonderful experience. Absolutely.
So is it the joy on the intended's parent's face? What is it that brings you guys back to it? What is it that you say that's the addicting part?
Absolutely. You truly can't describe it, but it's seeing that baby in their arms and just seeing the family become a family. I mean, some of them may have already had children before, but I mean, this is the missing piece that they were waiting for, and just knowing that you had a small part in making that happen.
That's absolutely beautiful. And I think that the fact that Family Source cares so much about their surrogates is beautiful also. So I just hope that anyone who's in the surrogate journey, whether they're at the beginning or towards the end or just after, knows that we're there for them and there's plenty of support out there. And if you're unsure, you can definitely reach out. So
Do you like to say about surrogacy is that I like to say, and not just surrogacy, but egg donation as well. Feel like it's your one chance in life to assist God in a miracle. It really is.
Love that.
And who wouldn't want to do that? I not really, and especially not, as surrogates, it's not that it's really different or harder for us. I think maybe focusing on the intended parents,
Okay.
and how the holidays are for them. I know when I was going through my infertility, the holidays were really, really hard, especially when I didn't have a solution in the pipeline and everybody keeps asking,
Yeah.
that is just can be a really dark time in your life. It really can be. Intended parents, if they're matched with their surrogate and they're in the middle of their journey or starting their journey, at least they have that hope.
Yes.
They have a plan in place. The plan is in action. They've got that perpetual hope. And so I think it's important, like, to focus on our intended parents and just look at how excited they are and how hopeful they are that they can have their own family someday, just like we do.
That is a very good point to make. And the webinar we did just before this one talks all about dealing with infertility as the intended parents, struggling, getting all those questions during the holidays, seeing all the baby pictures that you don't have quite yet. So,
All the Christmas cards.
yes, the family photos with the matching pajamas, the everything together. So
Yep.
I think it's wonderful that,
Yep.
we have our surrogate support group, our intended parents, we have some extra help with them in our previous webinar, and it kind of all ties together. I guess the point is we're there for you. No matter who you are and what you're going through, we got your back. So
Yep.
I love it.
Absolutely. We
It's
got
perfect.
it.
When you become a surrogate with Family Source Consultants, you gain exclusive access to one of the most amazing surrogacy support networks in the country. Our support groups are available online and in person for as long as you would like to participate. Family Source Consultants understands the challenges of navigating the holidays during a surrogacy journey, as many of our team members have either been a surrogate or intended parent themselves. Clearly communicate your needs and expectations for the holiday with loved ones, your agency, and your intended parents. Everyone will understand because they all care. Remember to take it easy this holiday season. You can't be all things for all people, and your health is most important of all. Thank you for watching.